Hello and welcome. So I was looking back at one of my older videos and where I was reading a sample of a book, and then I remembered how much fun I had doing it. So why don't I just do it again? So this book, I've actually read this book. I bought it paperback. It's written by a rapper. Yeah, a rapper. No, not Tupac. No, not Tupac. Um, it was written by some rapper. I don't know his name. I don't care. You're probably gonna see it as we pass by. Let's see. No. There we go. Bobby Hall. Whatever. So this book is bad. Okay, I bought it paperback, and you know, I don't know if there's a clear cut line between sadism and masochism. But reading these, I feel like I'm a masochist. You have to be a masochist to be to want to read these, right? But are you a masochist when you want to watch like horror movies, right? Like that feel of fear that you can't get anywhere else, at least legally. Um, and without putting your life in danger with extreme sports. Um, so is it really masochism, right? Am I like cutting myself mentally by reading these? So there's a bad where it's so bad where there's a bad boring, and then there's a bad like torture, and that's what this is. This is this is so bad. And this book has 4 or 5 stars. But let me tell you something. Don't just look at the 5 stars. Always go to the reviews. The the reviews always, and you always see like key things. And that's how I know the book's good, because the reviews are like, dude, this book is makes no sense. What? It's not that it really doesn't make sense. It's just bad. It's very. You know what? We're gonna read it. I don't know if I'm gonna read the. Oops. I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole thing. I don't know if that's even like something I could do. With, like copyright and stuff. Um. I don't. I'm not popular, right? So I don't know. I mean, if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't really care if someone read my book like I am, right? But I'm not. He's not a millionaire. So he might think that customers might be missing out if I read it, right? I don't know. I'll let the lawyers solve it once they get sued, and I have no money. Well, I'm not gonna be making money, but YouTube is gonna be making money because they put ads on all these videos. But whatever, this is for fun. So I just want to say something before we get started. As a artist, and when I mean artist, I mean musician, people who make music, people who draw art, people who write stories. That's also like creative art. When they create something, they're making it to evoke a specific emotion, right? Like right now, I'm writing a horror, and to be honest, for the first like 2 acts, it's not even really even horror. It's more like a thriller, I guess. I don't know, but the point is, like, there's a specific emotion that I want to drive from the readers, and if I don't get that emotion, right? Is it a failure? I guess it is. But there's also that in the failure, it fails so bad and so specifically that it's memorable, right? Like The Room, right? Like that was supposed to be like a drama, right? And that's supposed to be like a catharsis from like the drama being resolved, and the tense of like it's a fucking drama. But obviously it was so bad that it was more funny. So the director of that got laughs, and that's not what he wanted. But it's also, your art is memorable. Even if it failed in what it intended to do, I think it's interesting to have your art at least memorable. Right? So this, very memorable. I think I said it like 4 times. I had to record this twice already. At least the intro. Um, the thing is, I was smoking. Man, this is all so tangent. But I was smoking a cigar, and I just smoked the whole thing, and I got dizzy. Anyway, what was I saying? Who cares? Oh yeah, so I bought the paperback of this book, and then I burned it, because it's kind of like just having your torture device laying around in your room. You just gotta burn it. You know what I mean? To unshackle yourself. But I gave Bobby Hale another $10 so I could read it to you guys. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole book. Your mind requires respite after reading this. You know what I mean? All right. So maybe I should go with the blurb first, right? The cover. I like the cover, even though it's dead simple. Like the dirt, like it. I didn't know it was supposed to look like that. I thought I bought a used version of the book, but this is actually how the cover's supposed to look. I didn't know that. Yeah, trust me, no one's gonna do that. Written and directed. Oh man, I didn't know that the directed is gonna make the book even worse for you. That he considers this something that he directed. Okay. You know what? Let's not even get with the blurb. The blurb is this guy's working. Oh, just read it. It's better if you don't even know the blurb. The beginning of the end. So this is how it feels to take a man's life, forced to kill for one's own survival. I looked down at the puddle of blood by my feet. Oh, and by the way, he's a rapper, but like I didn't notice any like rhymes or anything. There's no like catchy line. You know what I mean? He should have put that in it. I looked down at the puddle of blood by my feet, locking eyes with my own reflection. Can you see your own reflection in blood? I mean, I wouldn't know, so. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead. How'd I get here? I was just a dude who worked at the grocery store. Okay, that line is going to look a lot worse later, and it doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's like, that's like such a gross, simply... That's not even... I wish I could explain it to you now, but later you'll see. Now, here I was, standing over a man I murdered. I guess in that moment, it was attempted murder. I don't know about that. I don't... See, I'm sorry when I stop. It's because, like, I'm remembering what really happens. And it's like, it doesn't... So this is my second read, and just, like, reading these lines again, it's like, it doesn't even connect with it later. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's a little dissonance going on here. He was still desperately gasping for air, sucking in his last breath. But there was no doubt about it. He was dying a violent death and experiencing every moment of it. In the mornings when What? You need a bigger... Who edited this? You need a space right here to show a jump in time. In the mornings when I left my apartment for work, sometimes... Stop. What the hell? Sometimes I would hold the elevator door for Mrs. Hufflepuff. She was a sweet woman in her 70s. Say the elevator stopped and some sick game began. What? Say the elevator stopped and some sick game began, where only one of us would leave the box alive. Damn, am I like, how bad did I, am I ODing? Like, did I OD on the cigar? Damn, dog. Like, does that make sense? Would she kill me to survive? What? Dude, I don't remember these beginning lines being this bad. Would she have it in her to pull the trigger and meet her friend Dolores in time for brunch? Dude. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Let's just plow through. Every line is making me stop. I don't remember doing this the first read. Man, I think about shit like that all the time. Really? That's very distracting. Too much, I suppose. The funny part, I hate when there's a funny part, is I always thought of myself as such a good guy. You know? Someone who would do anything to avoid confrontation. That doesn't make you a good guy, that just makes you weak. That is, we need more people in America right now who need to confront the right people. You know what I mean? Not like just confront each other over like Snicker bars. What the fuck happened? This wasn't me. But none of this was what it seemed to be, quite honestly. Oh, there you go. The blood on my hands. The cock in my... I forget, I'm not even going to try. Smelled metallic. It reminded... Blood does smell like iron. Or maybe I'm just unhealthy. It reminded me of when my uncle... So this nigga's looking at a dead body on the floor and he's just thinking about like an old lady who stepped off the elevator. Like, this isn't... This is stupid. It reminded me of when my uncle would work on his truck. What does this have to do with the dead body on the floor? Dude, okay, so... so you see what's wrong with this. He already sets it up that, oh, like he's doing, you know, the, oh, like, this is the hook you in as the reader. Then he talks about fucking Mrs. Hufflepuff in the elevator. She might have to kill someone who's not even posing her a danger, right? Would she kill me to survive? I mean, I guess if you put her in a life or death situation, I think she would be too traumatized to meet Dolores out in time for brunch. Dude, I'm sorry, but like, thinking about this as you look at her body is kind of just stupid, but whatever. And then if we read to the end, I can't. The blood in my... Okay. I must have been 3... This nigga's talking about when he's 3 years old, man. You know when you smell something... No, I don't. It takes you back in an instant. Oh, yeah, he does a lot of, you know. And whenever I accidentally do that when I write, I cringe and I think about this book. You know... No, I don't. Don't talk to me. I hate books where they talk to me, the reader. I hate that shit. And it's... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But even if it is just me, it's not done well here. Back to a memory as vivid as the page. Oh, yeah. He does a lot of fourth wall things like that. You're reading this very moment. Even though... So... It's like presented as he's looking at his body. But then like he's writing. Like, you see what I'm saying? So... I'm here standing over this body. Oh, look at this book you're reading. What? You see how this is inconsistent? That doesn't even make any sense, dude. You should have put a space between here and here to show that this is like a time jump. Like, this is irrelevant. Like, it's different. Like, it's not even connected to this. But it is, because he comes back to the what... When I pause and stop like that, like, there's so many things I'm not saying, okay? For everything I'm saying, I've had 3 different thoughts about it, okay? So stupid. Even though you haven't thought about it since your brain what? I hate this. Hello, stop. Back to a memory as vivid as the page you're reading this very moment. Even though you haven't thought about it since your brain shelved it decades ago. I was brought back to reality, oops, there goes gravity, by the feeling of blood crawling down on my forearms. It dripped onto the floor from my fingertips like a faucet. Okay. When a child doesn't shut it off after brushing their teeth. Okay, you know, when I pause, I'm thinking, okay, so, because, you know, my fucking cousin, when we were kids and he used to brush his teeth, this fucking nigga would, you know, turn that faucet full on and brush his teeth. Dude, there was my jaw hit the ground when I saw that, and I turned it off. Dude, that is so wasteful. It doesn't even matter that I come from a poorer background. It doesn't matter. You don't waste water like that. I can't fathom how people. Is it laziness, dude? Like, are you so lazy you can't turn it off and on when you're done? And obviously, this guy grew up. This author grew up poor, right? He had I'm not even gonna get to it, but he grew up poor. So the idea that he also wasted water like that gets me tight. It doesn't really get me tight, but it's so bad. And when I'm imagining this kid leaving a faucet on, I'm imagining full blast. How much blood is coming down your arms, my man? Okay. It was thick like maple syrup, but not sticky. More like red coffee creamer. Dude, I'm sorry, but coffee cream is just sugar, which is very sticky. Dude, I have to. If I accidentally get cream on my hands, I have to wash them because there's sugar all over. Planting my knee on the ground, I reached into the pocket of the dying man's button down. I took out his pack of cigarettes and a silver Zippo. Hold on. I forced a few cigs from the pack with an upward jolt, snatching one with my lips, so I didn't stain the butt with my rim job. The man was wheezing now, inhaling in intervals, like someone heaving. Okay, he does this like 3 times. Like, what we gotta do? Hold on. Like. Oh, no matches found? Nuh-uh. Don't play that game with me, sister. I. Or O. Okay, why isn't that? Whatever, I don't care. You know there's gonna be a lot of that. He already did it 3 times in this, like, page and a half. Like, when you're a child. Like, when you leave the faucet on. Like, coffee cream. Okay, let's just read through because we could be here all day. And there's a lot of shit we gotta go through. Okay? The man was wheezing out and inhaling in intervals like someone heaving during a nightmare. I don't know if people heave during a nightmare. I think you would hyperventilate when you sleep. I don't think you have the heart rate to hyperventilate like that when you're sleeping. Okay? Maybe that's what this was, just a nightmare. Or maybe it's just a game theory. I mean, to be honest, none of it felt real except for the blinding pain from the open wound in my head. And that's when he spoke. Flynn, you were doing so well. Bubbles popped from his blood-covered lips. Flicking the lid of the Zippo, I tried to light my cigarette to no avail. Sister, I muttered as I strike it again, this time igniting the cigarette. I noticed the words, Vanilla Sky, engraved on the top of the lighter. I brought my cigarette to the man's lips. There you go, I said, now puff. You just look unhinged. I could hear sirens and fire trucks in the distance. His lips stained the butt of the cigarette like the lipstick of a Dude, stop with all these analogies. Like the lipstick of a single mom driving an Astro van in the 90s to pick up her 5th grade son from soccer practice. That is so... That is so specific. You can't do that. You can't have all these super specific analogies one after another like that. Dude, that's crazy. Poofy hair and shoulder pads. You know the one. No, I don't. I don't know any single moms with that much lipstick. Damn, dog. This is all Lola's fault. You know. Yeah, I know. Lola Dolores. I know, I said. He laughed. Until the... Oh no, it's not the name. He laughed until the pain in his chest forced out a groan, reminding us both of the whole dying thing. I don't know why. That just reminded me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Flynn, what's my what's my last name? I don't know, I said. I told you that already. Flynn, did we have fun? He asked. You ruined my life. Dude, this literally sounds like something I would have written in like middle school or like freshman year of high school. Oh god, I just like a shark attack just bit me right now of my first story I ever wrote. Oh man, it's a full story. It's like 100,000 words. Man, like I cringe thinking about it. Oh, it's so bad. My first book, dude. The amount I've developed as a writer from my first book to my second book, oof, astronomical. I can't even it would be torture for me to reread my first book. But I really enjoyed my second and my third book. Although, like, I do think, obviously, my second book is pretty weak. But I do enjoy it. I guess the story starts 3 years ago in a small town in Oregon. Oh, this guy's from, California. And don't tell me Oregon is in California. It basically is. Oregon is basically the New Jersey of California, right? Baker City. White as fuck. Surprise, surprise. In America, 70% is white. But don't worry, guys. White is going to be a minority. Not far from Idaho. Barely 50 kids in my graduating class. You know what that means. Everyone knew everyone else's business. Dated the same people. We all had a turn with Becky. Went to the same lame parties. Ate at the same broke diner. Or dinner? Yeah, diner. We had a bank, a post office, a library, a supermarket, and a dirty old movie theater that screened Marvel flicks. What year was this book written? No mall, no good restaurants, no hospital, no shit to do. Really, the most fun you could have was floating down the river with some whiskey and beers. That sounds pretty fun, to be honest. Most people wouldn't want to spend more than a day there. Oh yeah, I guess it would be boring after one day. I don't blame them, but it was alright. I didn't have much of a choice now, did I? Being born there and everything. Man, I don't know if it's the fucking withdrawal from the... Is it withdrawal? No, it's the... I shouldn't have smoked the whole thing. I usually smoke it throughout the day. But I smoked all at once. I didn't exactly excel at school. I was more interested in chasing girls and listening to music. The only class I paid attention in was English. Reading and writing came naturally. Apparently not. I actually enjoyed it. Smug face. The rest was a struggle or of zero interest. Most kids were into sports, but that wasn't really my scene. This kid needs to get beat up. After high school, I dicked around with my dad. Oh, wait, no. Really, I did a year at community college because my mom forced me to do something. But that was a non-starter. I spent most of my time drinking and smoking. A lot of my friends got out of town, but me, I was stuck. The days turned into weeks. The weeks turned into months. The months... I was actually going to joke about that last one, but he actually did go through the months into years. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So bad. Time flew. Now here I was, 24, unemployed. Is this at the beginning of a rap? Okay, hold on. Now here I was, 24, unemployed, dressed up from a... Oh, see, come on, man. You're a rapper. See, if this guy's really a rapper, he is. Like, come on, put some flow into... At least utilize it, come on. Now here I was, 24, unemployed. Come on. Tell me that's not the beginning of a rap. Depressed from a recent breakup, I hate. Okay, so writing tip number one, and I'm not a successful writer, but I will tell you as a reader, right? All this backstory is boring and unearned. I don't care. I don't care about the that there's nothing to do. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like in my books, I maybe I'm just impatient. But it's just like I don't care. I don't care about this place. I don't care about your mom. I don't care that you're 24, unemployed and depressed. You gotta show me a day. This is way better. Show me a day in your life, and then the inciting incident of the book is how, how that all that changes, right? So this guy is 24, unemployed, depressed. Give me a day in your life. You're unemployed. What are you doing? What are you spending your time? You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me, but I would be more interested in you showing me. What do you do when you wake up? You don't have an alarm clock. Okay, he doesn't have an alarm clock. He obviously doesn't have any responsibilities. Or it could be his day off, right? It could be that. So you see what I mean? Like, there's more interesting ways to show that he's unemployed. Oh, he's depressed from his breakup. Fuck, I'm not gonna write your book for you, but let me just give an example of something. Depressed from his breakup. I'm trying to think of a way that's not cliche. I mean, you would have to give me more time. Like, you would have to give me more time to show that maybe he's, depending on how recent it is, he could be looking at his phone at the old messages. You know what I mean? Like, there's more interesting ways you could tell me this information. Show me this information. You're just telling me and I don't care. I don't care you're depressed from your recent breakup. I don't care. And living in my childhood room. That's another, like, obvious hint. Like, oh, he's obviously unemployed. He gets up in his soccer race car bed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm writing for you, dude. This is bad writing, guys. I hate to say, like, give advice on writing when obviously I haven't written anything. I mean, I've written stuff. So that's why I try to approach it from a perspective as a reader. Show me a day. I said this 10 times. Let's just continue on. I know what you're thinking. Pathetic, yes. Right? I don't disagree. That's a very passive. That's a very weak. That line, I don't disagree, is so pathetic. That is actually the most pathetic thing about it. I don't disagree. That is so like, oh, well, I'll agree to disagree. Right? Like when you just don't want to continue on the conversation and you're just too weak to be like, I'm still right, bitch. You know what I mean? Trust me, it wasn't where I wanted to be in life. In a series of fortunate events, I had come across some money. I was about to be fresh out of my mom's vagina for the first time in my life. My mom had never had money, so this was a welcome windfall. However small, it was a nice little amount, enough to help me get my own apartment, but not enough to last me long. Why don't you start the book in this apartment? Why are you telling me this? You know what I mean? That's why I was on my way to apply for a job at the supermarket. I needed a gig, dude. A job at the supermarket's not a gig. Something, anything, and Baker City wasn't exactly the land of opportunity. 24 years old and bagging groceries isn't the most ideal situation, but it was real life. Oh boy. Does the events in this book not align with real life at all? At all. At all. Okay? Keep this in mind. He's lamenting that his life sucks because it's real life. I agree, real life sucks. But this book, we'll get to it. Or maybe we won't. Okay, stop. Dude, what is it with this Kindle shit? And that's what I was looking for at that point. Real life. It was a beautiful day in April. The time was 12:36 p.m. exactly. I knew because I wrote it down on my moleskin notebook. That thing was beat to hell, but it had become my best friend. Everywhere I went, the moleskin came with. It had real character. It had lived a life. Black, pocket-sized, rough edges, dog-eared pages with scraps of paper and photos stuffed inside. I wrote everything down in that notebook, recording my thoughts and the world around me. The fir trees swayed that day as the wind caressed each branch, molding their bodies in the movement. You see, you don't deserve this line. Why this gratuitous, pretentious writing is so out of left field? It doesn't even fit in with everything else. He doesn't strike me as a person that would think of stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's so out of character to be like, the wind, the fir trees swayed that day as the wind caressed each branch, molding their bodies in movement. See, you know, the author might have like thought of that line and wow, that sounds real cool. That sounds real good, and he put it in, but he didn't think of like the context of this character and how it wouldn't even fit at all. He has not stricken me as someone that would even think like this. You understand what I'm saying? This is not how this character would think like that. He sounds very ghetto, which is fine. But exactly is my point, is that no nigga would be thinking like this. That's my point here. I'll never forget crossing the road in front of the grocery store. I saw this guy in black Nike Air Maxes, blue Levi's, and the white t-shirt. Oh, he had drip. He had drip. He should play Melty Blood. He seemed to be forcibly talking to people who walked by, and not in a welcoming way. I'm gonna forcibly talk to people in a welcoming way. Can you imagine? You see how every line I have to stop? Like, there's no way. There's no way I can do this, dude. There's no way I can read this whole entire book. How do you forcibly talk to people in a welcoming way? As I got closer, I realized he was kind of weird looking, a little twisted, contorted, like he was out of Egon Schiele drawing mid-20s. Oh, mid-20s. There was no comma there. See, I don't know what... Oh, yeah, there's a lot of celebrity references. Like, direct, hard, like, name drops. I don't know any celebrities. I mean, maybe I do. But no, I don't really know, to be honest. On the tall side, maybe 6'1", slim. He had a long bent nose and curly hair and a big nose and beady eyes. Expressive eyebrows and wrinkles in his forehead like Hugh Laurie. You know, that guy who plays House. It should be illegal to be referencing real life shit like this. I do know the guy. I've seen the old British looking ass guy. Yeah, okay, fine. But it's just so like, it takes you out of the book, dude. Stop referencing real life, dude. I don't mean like a grown man sitting in front of a plastic tea set talking to a lifeless teddy bear, pretending to be a husband, joining on to his wife at the report his boss demanded to be on his desk Monday, even though when his boss first mentioned it was deadline was on Tuesday, and now he would have to work through the weekend. I mean, the actor who plays a doctor named House. This nigga just... He actually took... He actually took... Was it? Okay. Alright, so let's look at this from the perspective of what is the purpose of this. Is this supposed to be funny? This was. What else is this supposed to be, other than to establish that the main character is unhinged, or at the very least trying to be funny? This. What is this line supposed to do for the reader? Is it really supposed to be funny, or is it supposed to tell us that the protagonist is unhinged? Because it doesn't come across like that. One and two. Okay, let's give it. Okay, if we even give him the benefit of doubt, like, oh, this is just him being unhinged. No. Once you read further, you understand that no. No. If we read further, because I might need, like, to become unconscious, not even sleep, to have respite from this. But that's giving him too much credit. That's the best way to put it. I mean, the actor who played... Yeah. No? You don't know what I'm talking about? No, please, move on. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. I can't tell if you don't know what I'm talking about or if you're just taken aback by my breaking the fourth wall on this page you're reading. Stop, stop, stop. Well, damn. Hold on a second. Maybe I shouldn't bring up the fact that you're reading a book. If you realize what you're literally doing this moment, you won't actually be living in the world I'm painting for you. It's kind of like... Oh, another analogy. He's a rapper. You know, rappers have analogies all the time. Why is he so bad at them? Why are his... You know, for a rapper, his analogies have no flow. They have, like... They're not entertaining. They actually break the flow. His analogies break the flow. Dude, is he even a successful rapper? His analogies suck, dude. His analogies suck. They're not funny. And they just break the flow, dude. It's kind of like when you catch yourself blinking while reading and then start to focus on your blinking rather than the words your brain is trying to process. You know? Oh shit, I've distracted myself. Wait, what was I talking about? And why the hell am I writing my internal thoughts on this page? Doesn't matter. This won't make the final version of the book anyway. But what the hell was I talking about? Shit, I should just skip the whole paragraph for all of us. For all of us. For me. Fuck you guys. Oh yeah, sorry. The weirdo in front of the supermarket. As I got closer and closer, I tried to avoid him, but he spotted me immediately. Kind of like... Oh man, maybe I should... No, I don't want to get drunk again. Now, we don't need to indulge in any hedonism to get past the torture. We just burst right through it with sheer willpower. But if you, you know, I don't want to encourage you to drink. Anyway, kind of like when you catch your own reflection. You know what? I'm gonna do it in a voice. Kind of like when you catch your own reflection in the tinted windows of the automatic sliding doors. He was definitely a reflection. He seemed to mirror my movements a bit creepily. With every step I took, he took one too, until we met. Alright. So, you know, the blurb... Man, should I spoil it for you? I mean, if I spoil it for you now... Alright, let me just say that the blurb of this book... Once you read the blurb of this book and then you see that, it is the biggest... I mean, even me telling you this right now, you should already have a clue. But this is like the most heavy-handed, blunt object I've ever seen in my whole life. Once you read this, like, okay, it's so blunt. I just blew right past it, didn't even think twice about it. Because I gave the author too much credit. Because I was like, there's no way he did this on purpose. It has to be a red herring. Okay? I've already said too much. Spare a dollar? He said. So, man, I don't have it on me, I said, patting my cowboy hat. Help a brother out, he said, extending his hand. What the hell, I thought. They need to get rid of the beggars and loiterers. I walked past him. Yeah, they do. Bringing my hands to my backpack straps, pussy, as I entered the store. I absolutely loved my backpack. It has a little Hello Kitty keychain on the back that jingles when I prance on my little ballerina shoes. Dude, what kind of gay ass shit? What nigga talks about loving his backpack? Are you, like, in middle school? Like, in high school, no one gave... Maybe it's just me. Like, no, I'm pretty sure no one in high school really gave a shit about their backpack. But in middle school, definitely, people love decorating their bullshit, even, the boys. It came everywhere with me and became my trademark. No, I don't. You're a ghetto kid, dude. You're a ghetto 25-year-old. You don't have a trademark, you stupid bitch. It was a gray Herschel pack with a brown letter bottom. Dude. Oh no, Rick and Morty! What year was this written? I really don't remember that. It was covered in pins. Dude, this man is 25 years old. Dude, this is like an American weeb. Like, he's so nerdy, he might as well have been just a weeb. Okay, like, I just imagine this could be like 25-year-old dude with like the anime girl with the blue hair. What's the other one? I don't know, dude. I don't know all these chicks. Mac DeMarco. I don't know who that is. Atari. Pac. This guy's such a fucking nerd. Dude, he needs to get beat up. I wouldn't be the one to beat him up. Because, I have a heart. But I would love to watch him get his ass kicked. I would love to watch him. Maybe I would even do a little instigation. An old keychain I had, I'm going to be honest, I never would do anything like that. The old keychain I'd had since I was a kid dangled from the outside zipper. One of those with your name... It's not me, my name on it. I'm not a fucking nerd, 25-year-old nerd like you are. One of those with your name on it that you had to buy at a gas station. Not my name on it, nope. I know, I'm a little old... A little. You're 10 years older than that, my friend. Not even 10, you're like 11. 12 years older than that. But my grandma got it for me, and it's become my good luck charm. Inside this place, look like your... Not mine. Stop saying yours. Your typical grocery store. Tiled floors, jammed up carts, aisles and aisles of neatly stacked foods, buzzing fluorescent lights. Is this where the double gasp murder took place? It was a little rundown, but clean enough for the families in town. Oh, shit, we got a rhyme. It was a little rundown, but clean enough for families in town. I immediately noticed the volume of beautiful girls who worked at this place. Damn, definitely college girls trying to get the extra cock. During the semester, I thought... Did you? We already know you're thinking all these things. Walking through the front checkout area, I made my way to the customer service desk, where I asked a middle-aged black woman for an application. Her name tag was Rhonda. She was kind of like... Oh, here we go. A racist stereotype. She was kind of like the slightly overweight black... I don't know what this man's talking about. I don't see color. She was kind of like the slightly overweight black woman in every movie. She was kind of like... Oh, alright. Sassy attitude, lowered eyelids, and a judgmental aura. Logic, I don't know what you're trying to say here, but if you're trying to say that she's a black stereotype and you put her in your book as the first black person, I don't know what to say to you, Logic. But you're not part of the whites. You're not part of us. You applying for a job dressed in blue jeans and a white shirt, child? Oh, let's put on the real accent. You applying for a job dressed in blue jeans and a white shirt, child? When she said this, I was actually glad my gut was right and I wasn't some prejudice. Ah! So you're not prejudiced for being right? Is that how that works? Yo, so you're not prejudiced if you're right on your stereotypical assumptions? Is that how that works? Can we put that on Twitter, please? Dude, that is hilarious. Yo, can you imagine a scenario that applies to in real life? Like, oh, dude, I'm not racist. He actually is lazy. Ah, okay. Well, she. Well, Rhonda snaps his fingers, and he brings his white privilege in here. I only came in like this to fill out the application. I didn't plan on sitting down for an interview the same day. Oh, he is such a smart ass. I mean, to be honest, she kind of deserved it, but whatever. She stared at me and let out a single chuckle. One of those, I'm a know it, but this is my job chuckles. And said, you know, how often I hear that, baby? How many times I've had this conversation? Those pretty brown eyes of yours aren't going to take you that far. Am I racist right now? Or am I correct? Wow, I could only imagine how many idiots came in just like me, dressed like they didn't care. Hey, hold on. We already established, Melty Blood has already established that white shirt and jeans is drip. We already established this. What? To apply for a job they didn't give two shits about. Yeah. Dude, it's a fucking grocery job. But I needed this job. If I didn't get this job, that would be it. My ex would be right, just as she's always been. I was destined to become a loser who couldn't finish anything. Okay, so I'm gonna take this line, right? Now this, you know how I said like, oh, if he's the, you know, he's still like thinking of his ex. This could have been an okay line, to be honest, right? He's obviously still thinking about her, and what she said has an impact on him, on his like self-esteem. So to be honest, this isn't even that bad, right? The fact that it's affecting his self-esteem obviously shows that the relationship was important to him, and it shows that he is an ex. You know what I mean? Like a lot of this line by itself, without the previous dry information he gave us, this could have been an okay line, to be honest. I'm fine with this. This was totally okay. Even though it's a little bit too much, but it is establishing something, right? Hey there, friend, a man said. I turned around to the grinning man in his early 30s. He extended his hand to be shaken as if he wasn't going to take no for an answer. I'm Ted Daniels, assistant manager here. He looked like a corny... Oh, damn, I got the... Oh, look, my prejudice was right, so I'm not prejudiced. He looked like a corny white dude, pale skin with a dash of acne, held over from his teenage years, buzz cut, flat top, short sleeve, button down, red tie, and black pleated slacks. The ultimate nerd. Yeah, like looking in the mirror, huh? Hello there. Oh, hello there. I'm gonna try to give him the white. I'm gonna try to give the protagonist the whitest voice. Hello there, I said, mimicking his attitude as best as I could, trying not to think about how he looked like a Mormon who joined the Los Angeles Bloods after 2 years of a... Looked like. Please stop with his analogies. After 2 years of mission work down in South Central, throughout Crenshaw and Compton, and... Oh, damn, this fucking analogy is a whole paragraph, dude. Stop! Look! Stop! 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 Stop. I'm not even gonna finish it. I'm Flynn. No, I'm Flynn, I added. And are we applying for employment today? He said, his smile never seemed to go away, even when he spoke. Yeah. I mean, I saw that you guys were hiring and wanted to fill out an application. Well, golly, aren't we in luck? He said. It really annoyed me how happy he was. Happiness makes me angry. His whole vibe bothered me. I have no idea what overcame me, but I snapped and punched him in the face. Grrr. My fist connected with his nose, and blood spewed from the slit created by the explosive blow. Oh, Lord Jesus, these. Oh, man, I can't do all these voices switching like that. Oh, Lord Jesus, these white people done it again. Rhonda screamed. I can't switch it. I'm sorry, I'm not a talented voice actor, guys, sorry. Ted hit the floor screaming in agony. Why? He bellowed. I stood there, frozen. I couldn't believe what I had done. Something just came over me. How the hell could I have done such a thing? Are you listening to me? He screamed. Why, fun? Why? Seconds later, I was sitting in an old wooden chair in Ted's office. Ted sat behind his desk. His nose was perfectly fine. Flynn, are you listening to me? He said, or Ted said. Okay, so I want you to notice something. The author is trying to establish that the protagonist, like, you know, is unhinged and loses track of time, like, through his violent imagination, I guess. Again, as I said before, the blurb gives this all away. I don't know. It just comes across as really cheesy. Even, I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the movie before I read this book, so it didn't even really hit me like that. But if you watch the movie and you understand that the author based like the whole plot of that on this, then it's super obvious. But I didn't watch the movie, so it didn't really hit me like that. It just comes across as super cheesy. That's the problem. I'm sorry, sir. What was that last part? I had imagined the whole thing. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm not stupid. As a reader, I understand that you imagined it and now you're sitting in the chair. I mean, yeah, I get it. I understand. I had imagined the whole thing, caught in a daydream so vivid, I didn't even remember making my way to his office. He basically just explained everything that... He just explained it. That makes it worse, right? So, this is basically... The issue with this is that it's not giving the reader credit, right? So he basically explains what had just happened, right? The transition from the blood and all that bullshit to them sitting and talking. And then he explains it. So the problem with that is that first we experience it, right? And then we experience it again because you're telling it. It's like explaining a joke, right? You hear the joke, you laughed at it, and then he explains the joke, and it's like, it's even worse than hearing it twice in a row, because you're just breaking it down. It's like no one gives a shit. Why are you breaking it down for me? I don't care. Like, it's just breaking it down in the most boring way possible. You know what I mean? So he's showing and then telling, and that no one, you know what I mean? It's just bad. It's just bad writing. I said, "Why, Flynn?" he said, annoyed but still smiling bigger than ever. "I'm sorry, sir." "Why what now?" I replied. "Why are you here, Flynn? Do you even know why you're here? Everyone is family at this establishment. We have a code of ethics, you could say. We want to help everyone under this roof acquire whatever skills their individual needs may be. So what truly brings you, Flynn? What skills do you need?" A second ago, I was surely headed... Oh, he's still digging on it, dude. Okay. Just let it go. Like you can... Okay. You can have the protagonist still, like, a little, like, woozy. like still a little lost, right? But I guess here it would be better to be going into like how he physically feels. Like, is he dizzy? Is he like still like disconnected? Okay, like okay, all right. So like, let's say for example that he took the imagination as far as getting into the police car. You could have him still like shaking, like as if he's like still like in a moving vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, give me some physical sensations here that he's still not like 100% in touch with reality, right? Give me some physical feelings. Is he like dizzy? Is he, like a little tense because he's maybe he was fighting back the police and he's like a little jittery. You know what I mean? Like, give me some physical sensations here. Don't fucking reiterate the fact that, oh yeah, it was all my imagination. You know what I mean? Hey, Joe Webb, I said. Well, aren't we a wise one? Ted said with a laugh. Ha ha ha. You're in luck. A bunch of seniors here are graduating, and we will need some extra hands come summer. And you seem like a nice nice kid, so I'd love to hire you. I was just thinking of the King DDD. I'm gonna try to do that now. I'm gonna try to do King DDD. Seriously? I said, I hadn't done shit to deserve this offer. It's a fucking grocery store job. Maybe it was my pretty face. Ha 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 ha. The job is yours, Ted said as he reached under his desk to pull out his cock. That is, if you can smell. That is, if you can sell me this bottle of Windex. I couldn't see his lips through his smile. I looked at the bottle of Windex, then looked back at Ted. So you're telling me if I sell you this thing, I have the job? I asked. Precisely. Man, I'm mixing up the voices so bad. I'm not a good one, huh? Without a moment's hesitation, I grabbed my backpack, which was resting against the leg of. He's gonna do something so stupid and like unoriginal. Okay. I opened the pouch, grabbed my wallet, and took out a $20 bill. I then licked. Ew. You know how dirty those dollar bills are? And slapped a federal note against the bottle, sticking it to its surface. Oh, I'm sorry. I read ahead. I read ahead. Oh man, let's just go through it together. Sticking it to its surface. Buy this bottle of cleaner as is for $5, I said to Ted. He looked at me puzzled. Wait a minute. You're losing money here, Flynn. Look, Ted. Would you buy this product from me or not? I said with a smirk. Well, of course. Man, it's so hard to change voices. Well, of course. But why would you throw away $15 like that? The way I see it, I interrupted, I just spent $15 to secure a steady income for the duration of my time as an employee at this. The white voice is perfect. The white voice for this character is perfect. The way I see it, I interrupted, I just spent $15 to secure a steady income for the duration of my time as an employee at this establishment, boss. Ted was baffled. He wasn't sure if I had pulled a fast one on him or if I had given him exactly what he wanted, but judging by his next words, he was definitely intrigued. You're hired, he said, offering his hand for me to shake. Seriously? I said, not believing it. Oh, well, of course, Flynn. I really believe in energy, and I have a good feeling about you. Well, thanks, Ted. That means a lot, I said, unsure why this guy was so eager to give me a position. Dude. Wait a second, I said. What would I be doing, and how much money would I be making? Oh, $10 an hour. You'll be off Florida. I'll be a what? I'll explain everything on Monday. See you at 9 a.m., he said, pointing at the calendar on his desk. With that, I was out of his office and walking past customer service, gainfully employed. See you later, Rhonda. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like Chappelle's white person voice. That's exactly what I'm thinking about now. Mm-hmm. That was really bad. Rhonda replied with that fierce, strong, black. Dude, I can't believe I'm reading this. Rhonda replied with that fierce, strong, black attitude. Dude, I can't believe this guy wrote this shit. I loved Rhonda's attitude. I also like to be pegged. She gave no fucks except to my asshole. Quite honestly, and I absolutely adored her for it. God, I'm sorry. This is hard on me, you know. On my way out, just beside the customer service desk, I spotted a soda machine by the automatic doors. A fle- a few employees were loitering. Those damn loiterers. They seem to be doing everything but their jobs. And I went to go on Daddy Ted and Snitch. I pulled out my wallet, searched for a bill to insert in the machine. A picture fell out. A picture of me sitting in the park on a summer day. Who took that picture? My arms around a beautiful blonde girl. Oh, fuck. This is... I'm trying to think of any moments where a picture... I don't have any pictures on my wallet. You know what? I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go off on a real tangent real quick, okay? So I was watching this movie with my dad. It was I think it was Gray. It's a movie with Liam Neeson, and you know he's trying to survive in the winter, and he's looking through everyone's wallets, and everyone has pictures of their family. And I'm like, I bet you don't even have a picture of me in your wallet, and he just laughed. But obviously, you know, these are oil riggers, right? These guys probably don't see their family in like months at a time, right? Or maybe even years. Well, not, I don't know about a whole year. They probably have a vacation. What was the point of that? Oh, the point of that is, why does this guy have a picture of his girlfriend in his wallet? I'm trying to think, like, would I don't know anyone who has a picture of their kids. I don't think that's a real thing. Is it? I really don't think that's a real thing where people keep pictures of other people in their wallet. Do they? I don't know. I almost don't want to believe it. Well, it's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't. Around a beautiful blonde girl. A girl who broke my heart. A girl I was still in love with. She sat in my lap, looking into my eyes. We were in a field of grass. The shutter had caught us mid-laugh. It was some homework shit, and she looked stunning. I picked up the photo, and I put it in the pocket of my jacket. Fucking bitch, I said. I pulled out my dollar and inserted it in the machine. A can of cock dropped. As soon as I backed up my ass into Rhonda's pegging machine, I heard a voice behind me. So I'm guessing you just magically found that dollar you didn't have 15 minutes ago when I asked for one, huh? What a fucking asshole. Fuck you. Fuck you. Cause that's some real shit right there. That's real shit that'll be happening in real life. I don't think it's happened to me, but I swear to God, at the very least, they'll give you that look like, oh, you buying that Coke, huh? When you say you didn't have money, huh? I'm trying to think if that ever happened to me. I mean, if someone asks for money, I just say no, or I go like, This single, okay, so I'll never forget this, right? This single mom, she had a stroller, like with a kid in it, and like two other fucking kids. It was just white bitch, by the way. Before you racistly think it was a black woman, you fucking racist. And then she gives me this whole spiel about how she's a single mom. I wish I said something snappy back at her. But I just said the truth. Like a real fucking pussy. And I said, oh, I don't carry money with me. I wish I said fucking something snappy like, oh, maybe you should have stopped at the first. You know what I mean? Something. I wish I said something. I wish I had the balls. It's not even just balls, because I'm, when I go outside, when I leave this fucking house, I have a mission. Don't interrupt me. I don't know why people fucking look at me and be like, this man's going places. He must know directions to a place that's probably around the corner. And I don't know what's around the corner. I don't know any fucking street names around here. I barely... I don't even know what... Sometimes I don't even know the street that crosses my street right now, to be honest. I almost said it. Like, for real. Like, I don't even know the street that crosses my street right now. I don't know. So, I don't know why people look at me. They're like, this man knows where he's going. Yeah, I know where I'm going. I just don't know the name. I walk around with what I call the rape face. Right? So, it's like, stay away from me. Don't talk to me. Alright? But when I have my rape face, people look at me, they're like, this man gets what he wants in life. He's not afraid to take what he wants. I like that. He must know this area. The man right there that's walking with that much confidence, he is approachable. And I must approach him and ask him for directions. I don't know why. I don't know where the fuck... I don't even know the street of the building I'm going to is. Like, I don't know. Anyway, what were we? It was the weird... Yeah, look at the song I have. Look at the song. It was the weirdo from outside. He stared at me nonchalantly, with brown eyes set back by dark circles. He looked like he needed a good night's sleep. He was chewing a toothpick and bouncing a red rubber ball. Damn, this guy has everything. The kind people play hot handball with. I'm trying to think of another ball he could be bouncing. What other ball would he be bouncing like that? Well, I stammered. Well, you make me sick, dude. You dick. What if I were homeless? You don't know, he said, pulling an apron over his head. It revealed a name tag that said Frank. Wait a minute. You're a fucked up person, man, he interrupted. But hey, you. Oh, hey, you. Never mind, I can't do it. Said Ted Daniels, looking in Frank's direction. Back to work, please. We're on the clock. The group of employees behind Frank walked off to whatever it was they should be doing. I'm just gonna let that slide. You pay closer attention to that. And none of that from you on Monday, he said, looking at me with a smile. Then he did it in an abrupt about face and scooted off. You work here? I asked. Yeah, dude. Oh, this is gonna be like another major character, so we gotta give him a distinct voice. Hey, yeah, dude. I'm just fucking with you, man, said Frank. Wait a second, I said, staring at Frank puzzled. You work here and you stand outside asking people for money? Well, I don't know how much work I do. Wait. Well, I don't know how much work I do. That's gonna be his voice, even though he's just another white dude. I don't care. He said with a wry smile, making air quotation marks with his hand. And plus, when I stand outside, people walked right by me. You were the only one who even said something. I didn't just stare right through me. So thanks for being the only person who acknowledges my existence in this place. So heavy-handed. I'll see you on Monday, Frank. with how white these names are, it only adds to how white the voice is. Oh shit! Did Ted just hire you? He asked. Yeah, I guess he did. Cool. Well, I'm out, Skipper. Gonna go try and fuck one of these girls. Man, voice acting is hard. Catch you later, Flynn. Catch you later, Flynn. I'm doing like 3 different voices, whatever. He tossed me his rubber ball sack and then I sucked it. As I waved, I nearly dropped it trying to catch it, then began to walk out the store. I stopped in my tracks. Wait a sec, I said, turning around to ask him how he knew my name. But before I could, he was gone. See you Monday, Rhonda. See you Monday, Rhonda, I said on my way out. Not if... Man, I can't do all these voices. Man, it's really hard. Not if Jesus answers my prayers and takes me in my sleep this weekend, baby. I wasn't sure if she was playing or serious. Either way, Rhonda was pretty dark. Oh no! Oh shit, wait. Does that sound racist? Okay, this is... I'm done with this chapter. I'm fucking done, dude. I didn't mean dark like her skin tone, because I think all women are beautiful. I think all women are queens. Oh man, this guy. Like, I mean, I have my preference. That's still racist. Having a preference is fucking racist. I like blonde girls with big tits. I don't know. I'm just trying to think for a second. I don't want to say big tits overrated. It really depends, because like I've seen some sloppy ass looking titties. It really depends on like the shape and how firm they are. But let's not get into that. You know, I'm a guy in his mid-20s from like the whitest town in existence. I mean, I'm not saying whites stick together. Oh my god. But fuck. When I said Rhonda was dark, I meant her sense of humor, okay? Not her skin color. Shit, man. Can we just skip to Monday already? I don't know if I'm going to read this whole book. Hello, we are on chapter